Honey, you ready for all that?
I think it's already live, and I just realized that there's a fan going somewhere. Do you think it'll show up?
What fan is on? This one?
I don't know. Is there one?
Oh, yeah.
I just thought, wow, it sounds like an airplane hangar in here. At first, I was listening to the tornado scariness. Okay, so we are live. We are on a few minutes early.
That's good. It gives everybody a chance to get in.
We are live. Oh, and we got to turn it down. No,
Notification just came in.
I did.
You got it? You sure?
Yeah.
Do that and then boom. So. And there I am. Okay. Well, that's not the chat. There we go. Oh, hey, Amy. Amy Sutherland's here. Ivan. Rocky Brook. Thanks, guys, for stopping in. I'll give it a couple more minutes. Let everybody come in, right?
No, we can talk.
Oh.
Otherwise, they have to sit around here and listen to us be boring.
Well, I am boring. So.
Somebody told me last week that I need
Pamela.
to just stop playing with my hair, but I start to watch myself in the camera and I instantly want to start playing with my hair. Like, it's like the most horrible mirror in the world. Okay, let's see. Crazy Fred 1 said, love the vids, keep it up. Also, what video editing software do you use? Thanks, and make sure to subscribe to me. Okay, and what do you use to make thumbnails? So for thumbnails, I use PicMonkey. I really like PicMonkey. In my opinion, it's simpler than Photoshop. And I think it's $5 a month. The only downside to it is you can only use it if you have internet access. It doesn't take a huge amount of internet to be able to use it, but it does require
constant internet, yes.
Internet.
Right. So, did you want me to go?
Okay, so what was the
Tell
other
me
question? The other half of the question, what was it? Hold still, let's see if I can.
Sorry, our computer's
No, don't do
feedbacking from the other room. So.
No, stop doing that. See how I put it over it and it won't let me go up?
Well, what are you doing?
I'm trying to go back up. He had another question.
I don't think you did.
Yeah, he did, because I answered the last part of the question, not the first part. Okay,
what do you
and
use
what
to make thumbnails?
No, that was the last part of the question. So, love the videos, keep it up. What video editing software do you use? So, I like iMovie. I do have Final Cut Pro, and
that's my preference.
I learned a lot about iMovie by having Final Cut Pro. I do like it, but there are a couple of the main functional parts in it that I find I do a better, faster job on iMovie. But I do think that I'll transition totally over to Final Cut Pro once I've really limited out on iMovie. But I do like iMovie.
And it's a pretty easy transition because they are similar programs. So, Okie Girl's here. Hi, Okie. Hey. How's work going? She's on a very long stretch.
Let's see. The Hall Hobby Farm said, hello from Arkansas. Found your channel a while back and just started my tiny house and homestead journey. So your videos are so helpful and wonderful to watch. So are you doing videos about it?
By chance?
By chance. So anybody who's interested in the tiny house movement, go see the Hall Hobby Farm, just in case they are doing that.
Right. And we missed quite a few comments. Sorry.
And Crazy Fred.
Crazy Fred.
Okay, can you guys, Crazy Fred 1, Minecraft and more said, can you guys start doing quail or duck or chicken videos? Love those. As soon as we have any of those animals, we will indeed start doing those kind of videos again. At the moment, it would be difficult to fit them into the minivan. But my renter is interested in doing a lot of different types of livestock. And so even if we're not living at the homestead ourselves, we can probably do some videos of us setting them up for her.
So do like the animals because I'm not really interested in tiny houses. So yeah, well, we will have a summer of getting there.
What I wanted to talk about today was we're in this really cute little house. I'm not sure how many square feet it is. We thought it was just under 400.
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yeah. Well.
Do we have that right from the other room?
We were told 500, I believe, but we kind of stepped it off. It was smaller, in a good little way.
But everything that I was anticipating about a tiny house has been true. It has meant more family time. It has meant less cleaning time. And I feel like our family has had more fun together because we are pressed into a tiny space, not tiny and aggravating like an RV, but small enough that we can all function, but we're doing it together. I've really enjoyed it. I think the one thing I would change about the little house that we're in right now is it would be nice for the girls to have a bedroom. Right now we have one, what we would consider big. It's this huge bedroom, but it's not so big that you can actually split it into 2 bedrooms. Mm-hmm. And so that would be one thing. I wouldn't really want to make the house bigger. I would just want to have some way of having the girls have their own space and us to have our own space at night. Right. Because... And
we do love the house. It's a cute house.
You're such a brown noser.
What has nothing to do with that? I'm just like, I hope this doesn't sound like critiquing.
It is critiquing. I'm not critiquing the person who
right.
has so kindly let us stay there.
Oh, okay.
I'm critiquing the house.
Oh, okay.
So
it's a beautiful house.
So that is what I would change about that space. I love that it's tiny. It's super cute. We have, it feels like we're playing in a dollhouse. I much prefer it to being in an RV. I much prefer it to that. And it's just been really fun. I will be very sad when we're not there anymore just because we've had some really fun family times there. John has been teaching Paige how to play chess, and Paige has been incorrectly teaching Kaya how to play chess in that order.
Yes.
Right?
Right. So I go back and correct, and no, Kaya, it's this way. Or it's always this way. So.
And I've been doing lots of cooking. On our Instagram account, you can go check us out. It's Dirtpatcheaven, just like everything else we do. And on our Instagram account, I have been putting up all of the different paleo and gluten-free breads that we've been trying because it's been really fun. And did you know you can cook biscuits on a skillet on the stove if your oven isn't working for some reason? It totally works. You just have to put a bowl over the top and then turn them when one half is done, and it totally works.
Homestead No Rental says, just popping in to say hi. Hi. So glad I found your perfect. You found your perfect square footage.
Oh, that's super fun. Dutch is getting the tiny house at their place next week.
Nice. So go check him out, guys. Keeping in Dutch. So let's see what
the little white house. Eric's here. So he said, "Hey, I see it's good to be home." We are not home yet, but we are in a home, which is just as good as being home. For me, I was thinking about that today actually, where I'm like, when I think in my head, oh, I just wish I could go home. Today, I kind of looked around and I'm like, no, actually, I think it's the feeling of having a home, not necessarily of me wanting to be in my actual home. It's just that I miss that feeling of home, of having a place where you cook, you cuddle, you sleep, you play games, all of these important things, and to have it feel like home. I think it being attached to dirt makes a big difference for me. I wonder how much of it has to just do with that there's like dirt outside the front door and you can walk on it. Mm-hmm. Instead of it being a mini structure where everyone else around you is also transient. Mm-hmm. Is transient the right word?
Yes, transient was the right word because that was, yes. So how many square feet is the house? We believe it's either 400 or 500, somewhere around there, square feet.
It's teeny.
And
as we think it's like 20 by 25.
20 by 25, I think is what we thought.
Yeah.
So.
Let's see. Homestead and a rental. Yes, we enjoy the square footage that this one has. I really, really enjoy it. I would want it to be the same size, and I can't figure out how you would add a bedroom to another bedroom to something that size, but I love the size.
Ooh, wow. Rocky Brook Farmstead is living in 190 square feet.
And do you have children? That's the question.
And is it an RV?
Yeah.
It sounds like a 10 by 19, so that's awfully close to 8 by 21.
Mm-hmm. And I've been predominantly asked, what state are we in? We are in Oklahoma currently. And in another week and a half, we will be heading back to Idaho. What?
Nothing. So, Rain Country, hey. Heidi's here.
Hey, Heidi.
Aardvark's here. Hey, Aardvark. There's always one sound figure. Funny.
I've taken some cute pictures of it on Instagram, though, Aardvark. It's super cute.
It is super cute. You should go check it out. Love having dirt. Yeah, it's been dirt. Your own dirt is amazing for sure. So, let's see. Helios. Hey, Helios. What's going on? Let's see. Square footage. Square foot sounds painful. Yes.
Right.
You know, like a bad bunion. So, let's see. Yes, no.
One kid. So 190 square feet with one child. That's an achievement.
Wow, no kidding.
We've done it like that in the RV, and it was difficult to have things function.
Right.
Things just, that was the problem. There was not a lot of functionality, especially if you're cooking from scratch or want to ever not be angry at each other.
And for the replay, Rocky Brook Farmstead says 19 by 8, and yes, no, it's a tiny house, and they have one kid. So Linda Tanga says Idaho is beautiful if you're not allergic to pine trees.
That is true.
Or desert. I will say desert. So
this week, what have we done? We have we've just been getting into this little house, and we started doing intensive school again. Now that it was really, really, really hard to do school with girls in the car, in the minivan, because we had packed it in such a way when we left Danny and Wanda's that we couldn't access our books. And so while we were on the road from Florida to Danny and Wanda, while we were at Danny and Wanda's, and then when we left Danny and Wanda's to get here, we had done no school. So we're having...
No, we had done school. There just was not...
Really?
Quality, yes.
Really?
Yes.
What did we do?
There were apps on tablets.
Oh, apps.
And there were all sorts of math games that Dad had loaded up. So kids were getting schooling.
That's not
that is
correct. So, we didn't even break out a single book.
Oh, yes.
And
not a single book, therefore the school counteth not.
It does not count. So for the last 3 days, we really hunkered down. The girls have been getting school done. That has been super nice. They are definitely trying to pull out every trick in the book to not have to do a thorough job. And today was a sad day for both of them, because every time they decided to take a X amount of time more than they were supposed to, we added another page. So they were doing school until almost 4 o'clock.
Yeah, exactly. Sodbuster Living. Here's my limited thoughts on this. And thank you for commenting, Sodbuster. I appreciate it.
You're moving the table.
Never mind. I live 7 of 770 square feet. I homeschool. We're home all day, living in there all day, doing our projects all day. We just needed more space. I don't regret moving into a larger home, but we still try and maintain a minimal lifestyle. See, and
I think it depends on what happens in the outside.
We don't fault anybody for wanting to go bigger or smaller or stay right where they're at. We had just noticed that 2,000 square feet, the typical average American home, plus the 800 square foot garage, plus an acre and a half of land, plus maintaining, plus working for, plus everything else. It just...
No, what it comes down to for me with housing is that if you have a lovely amount of space outside to run and be wild in and to do lots of work in, I would not... I am a very outdoorsy person, so I'd rather have my inside space be very small so that I am forced to go outside and play. So that's my personality, and that's one of the reasons that I want a tiny house.
Ridge Rover just jumped in from Zilla. We saw those guys. Yes, that was the cutest little town I think we ever saw in Washington. So, hi John, hi Mary.
Aardvark says they are home. They just don't know it yet. Yeah. Do I hear sinister cackling in the background?
Right.
So. What is the movie? What is the movie? The one movie where the fan traps him in the basement.
Oh, Misery?
Or she like
Stephen King's Misery? No,
is that what it is?
No,
Misery?
this is so not.
I so hear the evil cackle in the background on that one.
I haven't seen the Sledgehammer yet, so we're good.
Okay, so Linda Tanga said, are you saying that minimal living is a mindset? No, I don't think that it's a mindset. I think that it is a purposeful designation of your belongings and your time, in that you do not have time in your life for belongings that don't bless you. If you've never read the magical the magical something of tidying up. Magical something of tidying up.
Something. Okay. Insert other
Something.
word there.
The magical something of tidying up. In it, she says that everything that you own should cause joy. That when you touch it, it causes joy. If you have belongings in your life that don't create joy, then you better use them every day, because they better be something like a toilet. You know, something you absolutely have to have, but all your other belongings need to spark joy. And I find that if I only have around me the objects that I use on at least an almost daily basis, then I have more time to do fun things with the people I care about and do the fun things I care about doing.
True. Doug and Stacy are here. What's up, guys? Into his house.
Okay, Gary said, do you have suggestions for fruit trees in Southeast Idaho? Yes. In particular, I have a nursery that I love to go to. So if you go to Town and Country Gardens, they have one in Pocatello. They also have one in Idaho Falls, and they only stock plants and trees that will actually survive in that area. And they call some of the plants adventure plants, and those have a different warranty than their normal plants. They have I don't remember if it's a 1 or a 2 year warranty on all their plants, unless you get an adventure plant, and then I believe it's only 90 days. But I have yet to find a tree that didn't survive from there. I've had my best success.
Yeah, I mean they're not the cheap internet place by any means, but their stuff is definitely quality. Here it is, the magical art of tidying up.
Yes, the magical art of tidying up.
So
the thing about Idaho is that I strongly suggest that you get wild crafting, or get into your wild crafting in what you plant, because native non-grafted fruit trees are going to be hardier than grafted fruit trees, and they bring the bees around, and they are going to survive a lot better than the grafted sort. And so most of what we've planted are from coldstreamfarm.net, and they are, I believe, in Michigan. And those, I believe they are anywhere from $1.50 up to like $5 a piece, and they come bare roots, and I absolutely love them. I've had great results with them. They have a lot of variety, and that's what I would do. Well, it is what I did. That's right. What I did.
Right. Okay, so I'm going to slow the chat down, guys. So if you asked a question, hang out for quite a while.
What you guys think about tankless water heater?
Hold on. We'll finish that. So if you guys get your questions in, then it may be a bit before we answer them, because I'm going to slow the chat down so that Julie can get everyone, and we'll be here. She doesn't get bored in 30 minutes. So what do you think about a tankless water heater for Dylan's tiny house? Yes.
We think go for it, but be careful which one you get. When we did the Trekker trailers in Florida, he says some of them are just junk.
Horrible.
And we did find that in some of the tiny houses that we've stayed in, that the tankless water heater was horrible for consistency. And so they must have picked a really cheap one, because it'll be cold, and then it'll spike really hot.
Yep.
And it'll be hot. As long as you don't touch the faucet, then it'll stay really hot. But if you try to take it down so that it's not so hot, all of a sudden all the heat will cut off altogether, and so it's like this horrible roller coaster ride of discomfort to take a shower.
Right.
So if you go to Trekker Trailers, the Gypsy Wagon one, he talks about which one he.
Or what? It was a tiny house, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't the tiny house.
Okay.
It was the handicap one.
Right.
It was the handicap trailer where he was talking about getting rid of a certain tankless water heater.
Gary wants us to stop by when we get back. So Gary, email us pretty quick, dirtpatcheaven@gmail.com. Put home in the subject line, and I will find it. We'll work something out. So Helios, when are you going to add another top tier level? Come on now.
That would be a good idea, wouldn't it?
That would be fun.
We are struggling with our Patreon account right now, because we feel like we're not giving people much, and it's hard to we just worry that we're not giving our patrons enough.
Jim Don, hi from Oregon. Well, hi from Oklahoma. So Doug and Stacy, yes, thank you. Oh darn it, I guess we caught up.
We caught up.
Okay, everybody. So about half past the hour, then throw in every question you could think of.
And then I turn into a pumpkin and we go do something else.
Right? No, this is Keeper from a pumpkin. So Dutch, actually, quick question for you. Your tankless water heater, are you thinking propane or electricity? So,
isn't that what tankless is propane or natural gas?
Either or. It would be propane or natural gas or electricity. So, let's see. Rocky Brook Farm said, Doug, we would love to visit you when you get to Missouri. Oh, when they get to Missouri.
Yeah, when they get to Missouri.
So, I was going to say, I was like, wait, Doug's in Missouri.
Right?
So,
that's
Stacy is too.
She is, and their chickens.
And their chickens. And their whole homestead. And their alpacas. Beautiful alpacas. Stop checking the clock.
They don't have alpacas anymore. They sold all their alpacas because they did it more to keep the animals from being butchered than anything.
Gotcha. Aardvark. Yeah, it would take a lot less electricity for tankless.
It would take
I bet
a lot.
Would.
No, not a lot less. A lot.
Yeah, that's what I said.
No, you said a lot less.
A lot. Oh, a lot of electricity for tankless.
Yes.
Yes, it could. But they do make the 220-volt systems. I don't know. I just think plumbing a chimney does not sound fun for natural gas. That's my thought.
We should have a third person in here. It would make the conversation a lot easier.
Wouldn't that be fun? So, anyway, but he who shall not be named won't be. It's okay. So let's see. Rocky Brook. We're moving. Moving out to Missouri. Nice.
Go ahead, my little chatterbox.
I already chattered. So.
We have had advice from several people about where we would stay or where we should move if we're really serious about farming. And the two states that we've had suggested the most have been Arkansas and Missouri, with good shout outs to Tennessee and Virginia.
And possibly Kentucky. So, but most of our people are in Kentucky, so it's a little...
Yep, they noticed our awkward silence while I'm trying to think of what to say.
Right.
Yeah, what was the question we needed to have you answer? Was it the tankless water heater, the electricity?
A tankless hot water heater is, if you get one of the really efficient ones, the exhaust off of it's going to be almost room temperature.
Oh, really? So there's not going to be a lot of...
So you have to put a chimney on.
Okay. That's good to hear. So.
Things he who shall not be named. Okay, so Helios asks, so less than fully adventurous? Okay, where did that come from?
On the Patreon? Yeah, never mind. Seems like property is much less in those areas than here in the Pacific Northwest. Yes. Amen, Heidi. It is so... Property is getting so expensive, even in our little desert oasis of Idaho, that it's like, man, we ought to sell right now. So, yeah, Doug and Stacy said, or Doug says Missouri has way better laws than Indiana, i.e. less laws, and Illinois. Holy cow.
And Palmetto, I really think he hit the nail on the head there. If you want cheap property, you have to live where nobody else wants to live, which is why I thought that the earthships were so amazing, was because it would take a lot of the desert land off the no-go list, because you don't necessarily have to have a well if you can do an earthship. You do have to have enough rainfall in order to be able to fill up your cisterns, but because they have their they do have their rainy season, and the earthships also collect dew and moisture out of the air at night. I think, I don't know, it so much comes down to your architecture, I think, about where you can live and how resourceful you are with how you make your money to be able, because I think there's some really beautiful places. Like, for instance, in the Boise area, there's a lady that went and purchased several acres because she builds Airbnbs. That's what she does for a living. And she builds them in remote areas and uses really great new technology to make them livable off-grid as Airbnbs. So she bought like an acre of property in Hawaii for like $5,000, and then she built this tree house. It's on Kirsten Dirkson's channel, and it's this beautiful tree house in Hawaii that she has set up because she really respected the topography of the area and the climate of the area, and she took those into account when she built it, so that they, after she has them built, they pretty much take care of themselves. And this one in Idaho is the same, is that there's no electricity, there's no water, but she originally intended for it to be off-grid, and it brings in something like $350 a night as an Airbnb because it looks like a little hobbit hovel. But she bought enough property there to put in more of them so that potentially if they were all full all the time, she would be making tons of money. But all she really, the only thing that she doesn't have naturally in that spot is water. So she does have water trucked in that's put into cistern type situations so that the people can stay in them. And so I think you can still be respectful to the land and respectful to the community by being, and like the history of the community too. I think a lot of times you go into some of these places that are harder to live, and the people who do live there don't want newcomers coming in because they recognize that if you change things too much as far as the culture and the way people make their living, that it becomes something like Sun Valley, right?
Yeah.
Where the property taxes go up. They don't really want to see people coming in because then property taxes go up and that kind of thing. And so anyway, that's one thing I worry about is when people go into places that are harder to live in, that you kind of change the way that the locals make their money and whether or not it's still affordable to live there. I think it's kind of a double-edged sword. Okay, Ridge Rover asks, what kind of video editing software do you use? I use iMovie. I also have Final Cut Pro. Final Cut Pro, I don't really like the main basic way that the program itself works, like where everything sits. I prefer iMovie for that, but I've learned a lot about iMovie by using Final Cut Pro, and I'll probably eventually switch over to Final Cut Pro just because there's so much more you can do.
Right. Doug says he's going to build a Hobbit Hubble for 300 a night. Any players? I'm in.
You
Why
totally
not?
should, except you don't have any hills on your. I didn't see any hills on your property.
Yeah.
Did you have
Well, I don't
hills?
know. Aren't you up there in the Ozarks? Right in the middle of them?
No, he's out. He has this like wide open, a lot of wide open field.
I hear Wallace Lake. Unfortunately, the massive debts are going to double the taxes very soon. Yes. Well, and that's the thing I was going to point out is that the places where nobody wants to live is where everybody's moving to now. So that's why, I mean, nobody wanted to live in our little chunk of farmland, and now.
Which is why, in my personal opinion, doing more with the property you're actually on is a better option than moving to somewhere more ideal. By using some ingenuity about the way that you deal with maybe your weather and your soil and your situation. What is somebody being
Doug
smart?
just says, I'll just build some hills.
That would be awesome. I would love
cool.
to see videos of you building hills.
Right? That'd make a good series, right?
It would be awesome, along with your log pushing videos.
Mm-hmm.
By the way, anybody who hasn't seen Doug's log stump removal video spoof, you should go check it out. It was pretty funny, and holy cow, does he have a lot of views on it. So you guys should go check it out if you haven't seen it. That's Off Grid with Doug and Stacy. We're gonna go visit them here in about another week. We're excited to see them in person. They are the last big name on our list of everybody that we had on this big list that we wanted to go see.
I think they're actually the last only name.
Yeah, they're the last only name.
And then after that, it's pretty close to straight home.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah,
Peoria dude. Doug, does that 300 a night include Stacy's cooking?
No.
Hey, man,
usually with their
idea.
Airbnbs, they stock you with coffee
With
and
Hare.
they have plates and that kind of thing, and usually they have a fridge.
The funny part about it is the bed and breakfast. The breakfast part of it is actually the air from the first.
Right.
So it's.
But if you guys want to see how she did that, again, it's on Kirsten Dirkson's channel, and she's on there twice. Once is with the tree house in Hawaii, and the other one is with the little hobbit hole looking house that's in the Boise, Idaho area. And Palmetto's talking about bullets. Earth makes the best cover too. Nothing stops bullets better. But I don't think zombies can shoot very well. So I'm not sure why you'd be worried about bullets coming at your hobbit house, because zombies don't shoot. You're supposed to shoot them.
But the hobbits might be ticked off that you're impersonating them. So.
Okay. Let's see. Oops, cat. Is that okay? I missed something.
The Stacy's cooking is included. So.
Russian hackers.
Right? You got to stop the bullets from them. Red Dawn. Never mind.
But a red
hacker? No, that was a
hacker,
that was an EMP. Anyway. No, the Russian hackers.
they shoot people in their hobbit holes.
The Russians are coming. Wait, we have some Russians on here, guys. No jokes about Cold War. Anyway.
Okay,
So.
Crest Earth says Missouri rocks. So
See?
do Doug and Stacy. That is so true. Lots of unregulated counties there as well, away from the metro areas. Ozarks are pretty cool as well.
Right?
And Sodbuster, I am also lost in most of that conversation. We drove pretty quickly through Ozark country.
No, that was Appalachians.
Didn't we? I thought you said it was
That
Ozarks.
Appalachians.
Appalachians then.
Well, yeah. Because then Appalachians didn't notice we were there.
Yeah,
Rocky and
everything
Ozarks
we
were
drove
cool.
through was fast in
Beautiful.
that part of the world.
But gorgeous. Great scenery. All forest.
Peoria, dude.
Movie
Gotcha.
Red Dawn.
I know, but I don't understand what it has to do with hackers. What does that have to do
Thanks,
with hackers?
Peoria. Yeah, we're
Hackers
brother. I'm with you.
are computers, not bullets.
I'll explain later.
Homesteadcrossing.com. See, this is one video that I would really like to do. I would like to do up a project like a Kickstarter. Hey. Talking about which state has what kind of climate, what kind of political leanings, whether or not the dirt is great, whether or not what kind of alternative building would be the best in that area, and also have a list of who the best homestead YouTuber is for that area. And then to get a bunch of people from YouTube from that state to send me videos talking about how they garden in their state. So that if you're interested in living in Arkansas, I would have given you a list of these are the best YouTube channels if you want to garden in Arkansas. And the list of the pests that would be there, and just compile it all into a project so that everybody could find where they wanted to homestead. Right. I think that would be a great project. It would be a huge project, though. It would have to be a Kickstarter project. And at this point, I don't feel like that's the kind of project.
Yeah, we don't want to load up on another project at the moment.
I don't really want to load up.
Suburban Hillbilly says, I'm an Appalachian American. I can see. South. Let's see. Yeah, East Tennessee. So this is where we stare blankly into the screen.
See, Sodbuster Living, that's what I'd like. She said, I'd love the political knowledge for each state, or at least how to figure out how to find out. Yes, and that's the kind of thing I would want to be doing research on.
And my reference is do the research. I mean, this is just my opinion, but I do the research on the firearms laws around there because it's a good indicator. Firearms and taxes, because that's your two best indicator. No, because Idaho or Ohio is a pretty centralist state as far as I can tell. They're kind of moderate on everything, but their homeschooling laws are horrible. And let's just take all the children away from their kids at birth and call it good.
I would take all the children away from their kids at birth.
Yeah.
Off grid with Doug and Stacy said, dirt, great politics, great open carry, no carry, concealed carry permit, great 4 seasons, great growing lengths for food. Missouri is the bomb. Not least of which is because they have the homestead homie.
Right, of course. And
originators.
I can say Idaho has everything except for the last. There's no great 4 seasons up there. But I'm here with you.
Rain Country said,
Washington, not the best place when it comes to politics, property taxes, and property costs. Amen.
See, but don't you guys think that would be a fun project, though? For those of you out there who are creators, don't you think it would be a fun way to get the word out about people in different states who should be watched, whose channels are worth watching? Like, think about Danny and Wanda. When I found them, they had amazing videos, but nobody had watched them. But they really, really know what they're doing, and they're really doing it. They're living off the land, and yet they were a pretty obscure channel. Mm-hmm. And there's people all around the country that are like that, where if I was doing research to be like, who actually knows what they're doing? And then I put together a project in which I'm like, and here's your expert on Arkansas. And we had this big compiled video where each one explained, and so that it pointed people, the audience, to these individual people. It would be like, I feel like it would be the ultimate shout out.
Suburban hillbilly. If I ever move to another state, no state income tax will be a requirement. You know, Eastern Oregon was I was impressed by that as far as the Pacific Northwest. If I had to move elsewhere, I think that's where it would be. But that's quickly becoming overrun. We missed a whole bunch. Oh, okay. Raw milk. Yes, that was another indicator for sure.
But I think in every state you're allowed to drink your own raw milk if it's just for your own personal consumption.
Or I believe you can give it away too.
For animal. No, yes. I don't think you can. I don't think you can give it away. I think it has to be for your own personal consumption.
Paratrooper said, Palmetto says Tennessee. Amen. Tennessee has no income tax in Tennessee.
But you do have these horrible things called toll roads, and John just about lost his mind.
I lost my shtick on Texas. They sent stuff to a P.O. box that's on the title for the RV. The P.O. box mail it gets here, but it's kind of slow because it goes up there to a P.O. box, and then eventually it gets on Santa's sleigh, and he brings it through the
Deaf Monkey said, that's a great idea, Julie, do it. See, one person said it. I should totally do it. You and I are best friends now, Deaf Monkey. Okay, somebody got back to me on my question.
You've had several people say it's a great idea.
I didn't see it.
They all said, and then they started talking about what their state has. See, Tennessee, no income tax.
No, I mean, everybody's going through. It's not about my video thought.
It's a great idea.
So Straw Family, we're going to see Straw Family on our way to go see Doug and Stacy. So you will see another Christy on another set of videos. That was for your question, Sodbuster Living.
More theft. What? Wait.
Lazy B wants me to do it. I have 2 people now. The vote is up to 2. Really? 2 out of 53,000 people want me to do it.
73 currently.
No, I was thinking my whole audience.
Oh, gotcha. You got that right about the toll road. See, pressed Earth. They will find.
I think you guys are just trying to make me not cry.
Not only will they find me, but they will intentionally take their time to get me the notice to give me the late fee, so that they can charge me as much in a late fee as that was for the actual toll.
There's 3. Yeah, I think they just don't want me to cry. So everybody's voting for my project because they're like, she's just gonna feel bad if we don't all say yes.
Well, yeah, once you put that out there to the universe.
That's what I want to do. I think it'd be so awesome.
So fun. Georgia, open carry is legal unless posted or federal property. Yes, permits are available. 6% state income tax. Sounds very similar to Idaho. Although they just passed constitutional carry, and then we left. I was kind of frustrated.
Okay, Suburban Hillbilly, do what? I want to do a video where I ask a few YouTube creators from each state to tell me what it's like to farm in their area, what the politics are like, where the best place is to plant. If you were going anywhere in the state, where's the best place? If you want soil to be like this, what part of the state do you go to? Right. And I would compile it together so that then I could make it a big project. And it would be this huge shout out to small channels that actually live by eating off the land, so that they would all associate with each other, and it would grow these little channels who have great information. That would be the project.
Helios votes 5 thumbs up for it.
No channel for Straw Family? Yes, Straw Family Farms. Straw off-grid.
If not,
with Doug and Stacy. No, it is. It's Straw Family Farms.
They also have a website. I think is their YouTube.
Yeah, but
channel.
That one's harder to remember.
Christy said her channel was not terribly strong, so she was.
She talks a lot about sheep and spinning. No, she doesn't talk about kids.
Rescuing.
No, she doesn't. She and
chickens. Fencing. Thank you.
Excuse me.
So
I'll let you carry this
the law changes, but I stayed the same. Amen, Palmetto. Sounds like a great idea. See, Rain's in with you, although she said it. Let's see,
wouldn't that be fun, Heidi, if we did that? And like, what if we had people who were experts on certain areas even? Like we could do, Heidi could do herbs, and let's see, Off Grid with Doug and Stacy could talk about the realities of living in a tiny house. And Danny and Wanda could talk about farming when you have health problems, although they could talk about just about everything in the world. You know what I mean? Yes, Adventures Aardvark. So Adventurous Aardvark said, I have 2 subscribers and no videos. Is that small enough? Yes, that's totally small enough. You'd have to pick your topic of what you would want to cover about the state that you live in.
Yeah.
It would be hard, though, since you don't show your face. Let's see.
We never know when y'all just pop up, Susan. Right? We just
Pop up whenever.
Occasionally it's scheduled. Most of the time, not really.
See, me and Deaf Monkey are going to be best friends.
Heaven with a side of
just
pesticides
verbalize how they like my project.
Much prefer homesteading and garden videos.
See, so do I. I love my homesteading gardening.
And so you see, he says he's an expert on everything.
Right, but you have to show your face. Doesn't matter how much you know if you don't show your face.
Yeah, we tried that.
Yeah, okay. Off Grid with Doug and Stacy said, cute goat, Straw Family. Yes, Straw Family has a bunch of really, really fun animals. And they have the little cow that the girls got to ride on while we were there.
I would like political information on alternative living, permaculture, frugal living by state, too.
So Palmetto is going to be the channel that teaches us about explosive excavation and killing people with Q-tips.
Right. Or toilet paper rolls.
Or toilet paper rolls or marshmallows.
Was it marshmallows?
Anything.
Right.
Okay. Ridge Rover said, did you already read that one?
Yes.
Okay.
Chefs. Laughing at Aardvark. Let's see. So, this is Lisa and the twins from Mississippi.
Oh, hey,
Lisa. So, how's everything going? I hear it was kind of a mild winter for y'all. Oh, by the way, the coffee.
We were there. We were there for the winter.
No, we were there in the fall, which was
we were
December.
There for Christmas.
Right, which was December, and then we left for January.
Christmas, and then we came back in February.
Okay.
That's winter.
When it hits 82 degrees, both times we're here, and there was some winter in between. No, it was fall. So.
Okay, we missed a question about Alabama. Say it again.
No, we can scroll up. No, we can't.
No, we can't. It won't let you. It will not let you scroll up. Okay, Random Dilettante said, why not one channel with multiple contributors like the Millennium Moms channel does it? I think that would be awesome. Oh my gosh, that is the best idea.
Right. I think coordinating.
But I'm afraid that it would turn into something that turned unfriendly over time.
Right.
We've seen that happen in other places where it started out as this big friendly community thing and then it turned nasty.
I'm trying to remember.
What I was thinking was
something
about a series, doing it as a Kickstarter where, but I don't know how to figure that out. I haven't thought through it that far.
Doug, you need to get a white bus and get a Kickstarter now.
Right?
Funny. Yeah, because let's see. Yeah, that's right. Heidi and Ridge Rover are in the same state.
What?
Sides of it. Oh, she was talking about Washington over there. Western Washington is awesome. Amen. Yes, it rains, but between two mountain ranges with rain shadow from the Pacific Ocean. Great growing soils, raising animals.
I pretty much live vicariously through your guys' videos as far as what I ever really want to see about the rest of the country. Once I plunk down and I have my garden again, I may never leave again. I may be in Oklahoma when I plant that garden, or I may be in Idaho when I plant that garden, but I will probably never, ever, ever leave my property again. Not even to like
get food.
I won't. I'll just grow everything there because I'm never leaving it again. And so if you guys want to let me know what Alabama's like, you're going to have to just make more videos about Alabama. Because I would rather live vicariously and personally do my own gardening and live other states through other people. I'm tired of traveling. I'm ready to have a home base again with a garden. Palmetto Paratrooper said, our winter came late and perforated by 85-degree spring-like days for 2 to 3 weeks. Wow.
That's my kind of spring right there.
So Sodbuster Living said, I got a burst of subscribers, and I just wanted to say I'm not a homesteader like these awesome folks. I'm more of still learning, heading that way, and breaking up sod here in California in the meantime. What part of California?
Yeah, I was in north or south.
I love Riverside. We went to the coast up north. And while I thought it was beautiful, I just about froze to death. So for me, I think having an earth ship in Southern California where you don't have to drill a well, maybe.
Kelly Crane says, home sweet home. No matter where that home is, it's still sweet home.
William O'Donovan said, hurry up and get home, right?
I think newbie right here. How about Puerto Rico?
Nope. I don't like bugs.
Oh, come on. They weren't that bad.
They were that bad.
They weren't that bad.
They were that
bad.
bad.
They don't hurt.
Cockroaches. And also armadillos.
That's a little bit of
armadillos are like a bug.
Exaggeration.
Armadillos are like a bug, and they come at you in the dark. We are not living anywhere with armadillos ever again.
Huh.
We had bobcats.
How about aardvarks? I don't know if we could live with an aardvark.
I don't know. One has never tried to chase me down the road when I don't have a light in the middle of the night.
And for anybody who doesn't know, go back to a previous live broadcast. The things are loud. They sound like an alligator coming at you.
Yeah.
So, which was interesting.
Sidebuster is 1 hour away from Death Valley, desert and dead. Did you see our video from New Mexico with the earth ships?
Yeah.
I think those are like the ultimate amazing thing for desert. I think they're incredible. I don't even know what a palmetto bug is. What is a palmetto bug?
I think she was referring to palmetto made a suggestion in Suburban saying bugs. Maybe?
Let's see. What did Healer said? How about an Amazon blimp with a garden with delivery totes? Is that like you would live in a river? An Amazon blimp. Like an up in the air blimp?
Yeah, the new delivery system delivering a garden.
That would be interesting.
Right? Peoria, dude. Costa Rica, just get lots of guineas for the bugs. See?
I don't like guineas. They are so loud. No, I've had guinea fowl my whole life. And when I was a kid, they used to chase the turkeys and jump on their backs and pull their feathers out and eat their feathers. And then when we had them back home, our neighbors have wild turkeys. Our guinea would get up on our roof and start making noises, and then it would get all the turkeys across the road making noises and chase our chickens and foul up our rain gutter system. And then they bit me really hard when I butchered them, which I guess tit for tat. They bit me, I killed them, and I ate them. But it's my only kind of fowl. It's my only kind of fowl that has ever been like aggressive biters, and then they were kind of tough when we butchered them. So I have nothing positive to say about guineas except that they eat bugs.
This is how smart our audience is. So smarter than us. Palmetto bug is a cockroach times 150.
It was big. It was like, and it hissed.
Right. Let's see, straw.
And they were on the walls everywhere.
Christy says, I love being home. I have traveled a lot over my life. I love home and will not be living.
Leaving. I think she meant leaving.
Leaving. Not be leaving anytime soon. Well, I'm sorry, Christy. That's unfortunate.
Well, and I can't blame you. Your home is beautiful.
Yes.
We love
in a
our
gorgeous
time with
area.
you. Except for the train.
Kelly, let's see. Raised in Texas, live in Western Washington now. I don't miss snakes or cockroaches.
We really only drove through Washington.
Washington's gorgeous. And all the way over through North Idaho to
the only thing we didn't like
divide.
The only thing we didn't like about Washington was the pesticide and herbicide use. It was rampant, and it was mind-boggling that you couldn't. You had to be careful. Their irrigation water, even for residential, was reuse water from the agriculture.
Yeah.
And so you couldn't really play on your grass because the residue of pesticides and herbicides in your...
Couldn't fill up a swimming pool, couldn't run through the sprinklers.
Because, you can't use your outdoor water for anything. And so that freaks me out, which is correct English, by the way. Freaks me out.
Right.
It's high schoolese.
Okay. I thought it was Americana.
Newbie said you can live in an air balloon and pay no tax property, except that I am mortally afraid of heights. When I did SV Seekers, it was not a pleasant experience being at the top of that boat. It was terrifying.
Susie Q, if you're not set on Idaho and Oklahoma, there are 2 growing seasons, less expensive land, rare bugs, and a lot of...
That took me a second, Aardvark. Did you get that?
The fowl?
Uh-huh.
Yes.
Oh, I'm just slow. They're a fowl.
So it says go to south of Tucson.
So yes,
I thought it was beautiful.
guinea fowl eat ticks. That is their specialty, and they're known for not scratching up your soil. So if you don't like chickens because they scratch all your mulch up, guinea fowl are good because they don't scratch things up. They are more like of surface area and flight bug exterminators. Kind of like a muscovy duckling. Muscovy ducklings are also more like visual airborne bug eaters. Talk a lot with my hands, don't I?
You do. Just she's watching her screen
I
where
know.
they bounce back. So southern Arizona, rare to no pesticides, more rain here than other areas of Arizona. That's in deep South Arizona. Is there any colleges down there by chance?
Where is it? Where?
Southern Arizona, south of Tucson.
Oh.
We went through it and we thought, like, I wanted to go down to Tombstone, which is down there. Beautiful area. Anyway, in fact, we were there on election night, eh?
What?
On south of Tucson.
We were,
Yeah.
and it was really pretty, but they wouldn't let the girls go outside at night because of the snakes.
Which I didn't blame them. I didn't want to let the girls outside.
Right.
Let's see. Oh yeah, they make good alarms too. Back to the guinea fowl. They are good alarms. They are loud. But so are geese. So Susan Sullivan, hey lady. Let's see. Where are we all? Oklahoma.
Okay. Sodbuster's having to take off because the internet's cutting out.
Oh, thanks, Sodbuster.
Thank you.
Appreciate you stopping by.
Did you already tell Susan where we are?
Well, we're in Oklahoma, unless she's asking where we are in the conversation.
Yeah, I think she
And then
knows
it's
where
all
we
kind
are.
of random things, so not much to catch up on.
Is there anything else? I know a lot of people came in because of our travels that are new viewers now. I guess we could
Right.
talk about our travels. We're in a minivan. That's what we're traveling in.
We started in a ginormous,
Not a ginormous. It was not
okay,
ginormous.
a tiny-normous Class
Tiny.
C motorhome.
And then we were in rental cars for a bit, and then we were back in the RV for a bit, and we stayed in Florida for 2 months. And now we're about to head home to set up the water irrigation system for all of our fruit trees
And the
for our renters.
Yep. And the RV is now at Deep South Homestead. If you all want to go check out Danny and Wanda. What? Which one?
Suburban Hillbilly. He's back to the A area.
A?
They've left the y'all area.
Right? We have. I
That was
noticed
really
it is
funny.
a very distinct line, Suburban, that is right at the Louisiana, Oklahoma, Texas border. And like within 2 miles of Texas into Texarkana, y'all disappears totally. So we're back to A.
Okay, the travel trailer we bought is 33 feet with 3 slide outs. Holy wow. That is big. I hear the slide outs have problems.
All right. Puddle Sparky. How do you propagate comfrey, the plant you
The
gave us in
roots.
Villa? It survive the winter. Can we take cuttings or root comfrey?
What a lot of people will do is they will take their comfrey and they'll plant it in a basket. Like you'll put fabric or something along the side so that it can drain. But you plant your comfrey in a basket with holes in the bottom. And then you put it where you want it to grow and you water it and fertilize it there. The roots of the comfrey will go through the bottom of the basket. And all you have to do when you're ready to put it somewhere else is you just twist it. The roots will stay there and you move it to your next spot.
Wolf travels hi from Florida. Hey, Wolf. Let's see. Lucy, apologies on behalf of Florida.
Oh.
Is that for the toll roads or what? Oh, the cockroaches? The bugs?
The bugs.
See, you have offended an entire state.
I can't have offended an entire state.
By the way, did you see the
can't-
shirt? Oh, you got to show them the shirt.
I don't know that they
Thank
can
you
see it.
to, I'll probably show up. We'll see in 20
Thank
seconds.
you to Shannon.
Yes, thanks, Shannon.
Go check out Nearly
Nearly
Organic
Organic Notion.
Notion. She
Who's
was
not
fun
on
to stay
tonight?
with.
Yeah, okay, no, okay. So Susan Sullivan got
Thanks,
a
Suburban.
trailer, 33-foot trailer with 3 slides. That's a big one. Wow.
We got 9 minutes left, y'all.
Y'all, A. So,
Hey, Anna Hitchcock. Hello from Iowa.
hey,
So
Anna.
if anybody has any burning questions,
Right?
when we get home, 2 of the goats from our original herd are up for sale right now, and we will be getting them. And I want to plant a whole new orchard in the front part of the property. I think it'll be easier to water than the way that we have some of it set up right now. And what's another goal I have? Pretty much those are my 2 goals. Get the watering set up, get the goats birthed already and plant that front orchard. And I feel like that is a good, solid thing to have finished before we go to wherever we're going next. Oh, Lucy said the flu, the heat, the humidity. LOL. Yeah, that flu kicked my butt. I loved Florida until I got sick. And that last 2 weeks was really rough. Really, really rough.
But it is a beautiful state. So beautiful. January is the most beautiful time of the year down there. Well, I don't know. It could be beautiful all year, but it was beautiful.
Kelly Crane said, my mother moved to northern Arkansas, about 30 minutes south of Branson, Missouri, 30 years ago. 40 acres cost her $40,000.
Wow,
beautiful. They're huge
nice.
old persimmon trees.
Very nice.
Anna Hitchcock said, been making a deck from pallets and it looks nice. That's awesome.
That's cool.
Okay, Peoria Dude said, your thoughts on shed to house conversions? I'm thinking of a 12 by 24 for single me. We have looked into that.
Go check out Keeping It Dutch. His house is a pole barn.
No, he's talking about a shed. Like, what are the sheds
shed.
that you move?
Well, those sheds.
We have thought about that. The size that we really liked was a 12 by 28 that had double lofts. And that would even leave space for John to have a reloading room and food storage. And I think it's totally doable. If you're actually looking for a home and you have a place where the zoning isn't strange. What was that eyebrow for? What?
We made eye contact.
Yes, we did.
It was nice. So.
The one thing, that eyebrow made me think of it. The one thing you really want is privacy. If you have kids, is tiny homes can be difficult if you don't actually have privacy.
Oh, miserable, difficult.
And that's something that we kind of poo-pooed about before we left, but it became a very big deal very quickly that we did not have doors of any kind on any of the places we were living. And if you want a happy marriage, you need a little bit of privacy sometimes.
Anyway, do you have a well and creek on our property? We do have a well on our Idaho property, and we do have running surface water that comes out of an irrigation canal right beside our property. So, yeah, the watering system is pretty good for off-grid use, should that be needed. Unfortunately, we have renters there, so if we go off-grid, it will not be with all of our preparations. Everybody else gets the fruit of our labors. Haha. Let's see. Okay.
That's a good price, Wallace Lake. When I bought our first 80 acres, it was for $350 an acre. Bye, Christy.
Christy's out. So, okay. So, did you want to what? Candida 33 property in Yoder. Ken died. Right. Property in Yoder, Colorado is $300 to $700 an acre. Nice, but you have to buy 35 acres at a time in agriculture area. So 35 times 300.
And
that's actually not bad.
John wants something that's really big like that, and I want something that's about an acre or less. I think half an acre is about ideal for me because I can do a lot with that space if we're living in the right area and I have enough mulch.
Yeah. Well, and we got a lead on a beautiful homestead potential in northern Georgia that was 35,000 with 5.5 acres on it. It makes me cry that we have to pass on it.
Pressed earth is taken off.
Oh, by pressed earth.
All right.
Stay pressed.
That's 4 minutes.
So let's see.
Wolf Travels asked, where are we? We are in Oklahoma.
Off to Missouri next week.
Yep.
I hope you have a safe journey. Oh, thank you, Puddle Sparky. Let's see.
Thanks for sharing your time. Maybe a quick tour. When we are in our little house, I've got lots of videos. I have lots of videos in the little house that I will be editing soon, but I don't have it ready yet. And right now we are in a friend's house. So
I think everyone's taking off.
Yep.
Y'all are 4 minutes early.
Everybody go make dinner for your own family, and I will go make dinner for mine.
And Brad and Krista will be back on in another hour.
Okay. I think that's a good time. Quit. Everybody else is quitting.
We're not on schedule.
You're fine.
Fine. Give me a kiss.
We love you guys. No,
bye, guys.
Not gonna.